Welcome to the Medlick video tutorials. In this tutorial we're going to view and see how to enter patient charges. We're already in Fred Flintstone's account, so what we want to do is we want to enter in the procedures for his last visit. We could key his code in straight in here, or we can click it from the list. To make it easier right now to visualize everything, we'll click it from the list. We're going to take, well, let's take 99,213 for $60. And we're going to say ignore the copay and managed care for same date charges for the subsequent procedures that are performed on the same day. And we don't want to leave his charge off the form. Sometimes you may want to do that if it's a pro bono thing or whatever the reason. So the charge amount is $60. 35 is going to be due from insurance, and 25 is going to be due from the patient because he has a $25 copay. And his insurance carrier, as we see, is Aetna up here at the top. Okay, we could put an authorization in if we had. We have none for Fred. We can put a comment in on his charge if we wanted to. We're not going to put any in for Fred. This field does play an important role, though, in box 24, the upper line of each procedure code, if you need to put in anesthesia units or anything like that. It's not done very often, but it's available. Okay, on the HCFA form we have box 21, which has your 4 codes, and so we want to pick the codes that were used for Fred on that data service regardless of what procedure he had. We could key them in or we can pick them out of the list. I'm going to just randomly pick 2 or 3 of them here. No special order, no special understanding of what they are. I'm not a coder. I can pretend to be, but you can pick your different codes. Okay. And then you can say for this procedure in box 24E it should be code 1. If it should be 1, 2, just say 1, 2 or 1, 1, 2. If you had any modifiers you need to stick in there, stick your modifier on there. I'm just going to say, let's say modifier 99. And then down here we have some more items related to the 1500 form. Box 24A service date. He was in on 3/5/2008. And you can pick that. You can enter that in a bunch of different ways. The dates can be entered in. You could say March 5th, 2008. You could say 03/05/08. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. The to date can be entered in, or if you leave it blank, there's an option when you actually generate statements to have it automatically fill the to date with the service date if needed. Of course, if it spans days, you need to enter in the to date. And it tells you that the insurance is okay. The place of service was the office. The type of service no longer needed. We can just skip that. The days, units, we're not using any for Fred. His attending physician was his responsible care physician. Otherwise, we could just hit the drop down and we would see we could pick it off the list. Outside lab fees, none. The facility, where it was actually performed at, is Helping Hands Hospital, but again, we can pick that off the list if we wanted to. And EPS DDT, box 17, clean emergency, all the standard items. And notice that it has the little number by it that corresponds in the HCFA form. I think this one here, the 24I, is the old one. This should not be box 24C, and the type of service should be gone. So that's our first charge. Hit Control S or save, and notice it says charge successfully entered. And now we can enter in his next thing. Let's say he had a shot. Okay, vaccine shot. We just pick it. $15. Notice that it's all due from insurance because we have the ignore copay for same dated charges. And our codes are the same. And let's just say it was just one. Save it. And we can do another one. Oh, let's just say it's this skin test thing here. And everything stays the same, and save it. So we just entered in 3 procedures for Fred, all on 3/5. They were entered on 4/21. Here are the amounts. Here's the balance. Here's how much is due from primary insurance and how much is due from the patient. And then the codes, modifiers that were used. So obviously that one modifier, the one code that I selected, where would it go? 86580. Actually had a modifier assigned to it, so it was grabbed automatically out of the procedure code list. Your diagnosis codes, and then the placement. We got 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, nothing's been submitted, nothing's been paid. and it tells me the user who entered it, and then the procedure description. So that's a quick view of the charges just entered. If I was now going to enter for another patient, let's say that Wilma came in on that same day, and she had just had 99213 done for $72. She comes up, she's got her copay, patient due. It keeps the same date of service. Maybe it's the same codes. We can completely change the codes for her. Okay, I have no idea what these are. Let's just pick 3 codes for her. Let's go down here. Probably not obese. Wilma was skinny. Okay, and it's the same date, so I just needed to change the client or the patient, the procedure code performed, the diagnosis, the date of service, everything else stays the same. Hit save, and if there's another thing that was done that same day, just change the procedure, stays the same, save, and now we have 2 things entered in for Wilma. We're done. Now let's say Wilma came in again 2 weeks later. So she came in, let's say the 19th, okay, and then she had, let's just say she had this, I don't have any codes here, this office visit. Again, now she has the copay applied, and all the codes remembered. Just save. Now let's go back to Fred. Fred, let's see what it's got for him. Fred comes up, remembers what he had last time, his diagnosis codes, and assumes we're entering Fred's new transactions for Fred for the new date of service, so it keeps 319 there for us. And all the other things he had, it keeps the same, assuming we were doing a repeat service. And so we're going to change it. We're going to have something else done today. And we save it. And so now let's just go to the transaction screen, and we see we have 2 dates of service for Fred, different fees. And then let's go to Wilma and see what we have for Wilma. We have the 2 dates of service and the fees. And that's basically all there is to entering in charges. The only thing that would be different would be if you needed something special in box 24 for anesthesia or for a resubmit or something to go above the actual procedure line. If you had that case, let's just do one here. Let's pick a new code, a new data service, just so we can see this. And we can put, if we put an exclamation mark, that means this is special, and it says this is a resubmit. Then that will appear on box 24 when we go to do a insurance claim. Okay, and that's right there, that comment. So it's so rarely used by most clients that we made it a special way to enter it in. But basically that concludes all there is to really know about entering in a charge. I hope this helps you with Medlook. Good day.